what I want to be able to give you some time on too is, like I said, I know that the New York Sky Blues as an organization, as a nonprofit, has done some incredible work here in New York City area. I told you off camera, I was like, I wanted to kind of give a little summary of like what you guys have done, but there's so much that you have done that it was hard for me to like narrow down. Can you kind of tell us what you guys are most proud of that you've accomplished in the community so far, and maybe some of the things that you're hoping to help out with in the future and dive into kind of moving forward as well?
Well, that's really kind. Thank you. We've been a 501c3 nonprofit organization since 2019. So that's 12 years into our being an official supporters club. And we've donated over $120,000 to charity, primarily to City in the Community, which is the New York City FC branch of Man City's nonprofit organization charity over in Manchester, helping to pay for for underprivileged kids in the New York City area to get soccer football training, paying for their kits and coaching time, and coaches, and those incredible things. But recently, we've been since COVID, we've primarily been a benefactor of the New York Common Pantry, which is an incredible organization helping to fight food inequity and food insecurity in the New York City tri-state area. And that helps feed people who are in need, clothe them, their showers at their facilities, helping them with job interviews, getting people back on their feet. And that's something that is really important to all of us. We also have donated a lot of money to fight ALS, or for those of you in England, that's motor neuron disease, MND, or better known in the States as Lou Gehrig's disease. One of our founding members, Steve Jepson, or Jeppo, he passed away in 2017 of ALS at the age of 50. And he died about 2 years after his diagnosis. It was very, very fast, thankfully, actually. And we've donated a lot of money to help fight ALS and to help his family with helping him get the care that he needed, getting his place wheelchair accessible, things like that. And that's what I'm most proud of as a member of the New York Sky Blues. The fact that, sure, we go to a bar and we watch soccer and we get drunk, but there's a community, and we look after each other, and we look out for our own, and that's really what it's all about. And while I've always loved City, I don't think I would have loved it half as much if not for the people in this incredible supporters club. Truly,
that's amazing. I think that for us, and I don't mean to cut you off there, but one of the things that you guys exemplify very, very well is something that my brother and I talk about on this pod a lot, about our envy of kind of being born into fandom in the UK, because it's a small community. They're usually teams, every small town, every whatever has a team there. It's a little bit different than the United States, where we grew up an hour and 45 minutes from Cleveland, but we're Cleveland fans. Whereas, I was fortunate enough when I went to London, I walked to the Fulham Stadium. I was like, man, this is a neighborhood. This is awesome. And I think that there is a really great and easy way for clubs to be involved in the community. Whereas here, you got to put forth the effort. And I think some of the things that you just outlined beautifully do that. And I think that, if that is a reason why you got into watching English football or European football, is because there's that community atmosphere, there's that community vibe, this is a really, really great way to be involved with a team that you love, but also add in that community atmosphere that in the United States you just don't get to have. You don't get to, see the players go work at a homeless shelter or a pantry or a soup kitchen like you would if they were here in the US. So I didn't mean to cut you off, but what you were like kind of outlaying is one of the reasons why I started getting so into, European football and English soccer for sure, is like, man, there's just that community aspect that can't be replicated here, it seems like.
Well, a lot of professional sports teams in the U.S. now have some sort of foundation, which is fantastic. And we've seen that here in New York City with the Garden of Dreams Foundation, which is Madison Square Garden's foundation, and now with New York City in the community. But I also want to give a shout out to Arsenal NYC. They're the Arsenal Supporters Club here in New York, because they had a fundraiser which also was raising money for the New York Common Pantry, and we were very proud to have donated a signed Arsenal shirt for them to auction off for that. And another shout out to the Garden State Blues, the Man City Supporters Club in New Jersey. We actually volunteered together at the New York Common Pantry during COVID around Christmas time. And they're doing great work, as well as the Twin Citizens in the Twin Cities up north. And I saw that they had just raised a lot of money for a local charity there as well. So there are ways to get involved and to feel like, even to justify, I'm getting drunk at 7:30 in the morning watching my favorite club, but it's really for charity. It's for charity.
Exactly. So how does one become a member of the New York Sky Blues? And then even more importantly, to your earlier point about, we want to welcome everyone in. If you're in the New York City area and you are a fan of Brighton, but you want to be part of the New York Common Pantry fundraiser that you all may be doing, or help you guys raise money, how does one also become involved in, or be aware of some of the things that you guys are doing in the community?
Well, I will say that one of the privileges of living in New York City is that there is pretty much a supporters club for most clubs in Europe. Even ones that haven't quite seen the success that they might have seen in the past, like Blackburn Rovers or Norwich. You'll see. We're actually quite good friends with the Brentford Supporters Club. So social media is a great way to see if there's a community of supporters, no matter who you support in your local area. For us, you can become a member by going to newyorkskyblues.com, and it will tell you exactly how to become a member. It tells you all about our history and our charity work and so much more. And if you're just visiting, you can come down to Amity Hall downtown at 80 West 3rd Street in Greenwich Village in Manhattan, and come out for a match, and follow us at New York Sky Blues on all social media platforms, even TikTok. And got to remain on fleek or something. I don't know. How do you do, fellow kids? And just keep a lookout, because we always have match day events going on. And if you become a member, you'll be a part of a really great community of people. Doesn't matter if you come once a year or every game. There's something in it for everybody. And we do have special events that are members only, that are really cool. And like in the past, we've had the trophies come, like the Premier League trophies come. We've had some player meet and greets in the past. I remember in 2014, there was a members only training session with the Man City Academy that was done in New York. which was really
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, just things like that. And I would imagine that other supporters clubs will have that kind of outreach from their clubs as well, especially in places as big as New York.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
can't say
usually
the same
the
about Cleveland, no offense, but
no, none taken. It's usually the first stop for a lot of clubs that want to start expanding into the US, unless you're Wrexham, then you go to LA.
Gee,
So
or Philly, or Philly.
or Philly. Yeah, true. Very true. I definitely want to build on the point before I let you go here. It is a fun time going to Amity Hall for the entire family. I mentioned I went to 2 games, the second being the game against Tottenham in the Champions League where I ended up not moving on. I had my mom with me, and she could care less about soccer, football. As a mother who hangs out in small town Ohio, we went to this bar around midday, and she's like, "This is amazing! Like, all these people are here. Why are all these people like?" And there were so many goals in that game. There's so many swings of emotion that
there was one that mattered, and it didn't count, sadly.
yeah, well, there's also a couple of handball things, if I remember, a couple fouls in there.
Yeah.
But I will say, ringing endorsement from me for my times getting to hang out with you all. It is a ton of fun, and you guys do it the right way. Spencer, thank you so much for jumping on and joining. I hope that if we do have any local city listeners, you're going to become a member, and we'll see you out at some of the get-togethers and watch some of the matches. Thank you, man.
Well, we hope to see you there too. Come
Yeah.
more often. Come on.
I will. I know it's tough doing this at Thanksgiving. So I'm like, I'll go to the next one. I was like, I probably can't make the next one. But after that, I will show up, and I will look right for you, and then we can meet in person and grab a beer for charity.
Holiday fixtures. Fixtures.
Yes, big time, big time. Spencer, thank you.